Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started. First, coffee. Juicy fruit. Years ago, I learned two things in dreams. Things that I never did before. Things that I never practiced, ever. The first was roller skating. I never knew how to roller skate. Never. Couldn't do it. There were several dreams that I had where I was roller skating perfectly. Knew what to do. Literally, I was roller skating. I was putting roller skates on. At that time, it was roller skates, not roller blades or inline skating. In my dreams, I put them on, and was skating down a trail, like a paved trail, running path or something. I purchased skates, put them on. I guess now they call them quad skates, but traditional roller skates. And this was before they were like fitness skates. Put them on and I started skating as if I had been skating my entire life. Also, I couldn't dive. I was good at swimming, but I couldn't dive. Just couldn't dive. Couldn't do it. Maybe I was afraid to do it since I was little. I had dreams about diving, and I would literally on purpose at night close my eyes and picture myself diving. And I would have diving dreams, literally standing at the edge of the pool and diving in, just seeing how my body would cut through the water, positioning my body. Literally. I'm at my parents' house, standing on the edge of the pool, and I dive in, and everyone said, "Where'd you learn how to do that?" And at the time, I wasn't bold enough to say, I learned it in my dreams. So I said something like, well, I've been practicing. I literally learned how to roller skate and how to dive in my dreams. Have you ever learned how to do something in your dreams that normally would take practice? Fascinating, right? What if I did that for business? Doing business, marketing, writing business letters, emails. What if the things that normally take practice, what if I learned it in my dreams? What if that information was there all along? And all I did was remove obstacles. What are your theories on learning how to do something in your dreams? That would be kind of cool to hear that. Put it down below. I'd like to see that. I would love to do a 2-mile walk every single day before the Daybreak Show, but that means I'd have to get up at 3:30 a.m. Okay, but that means I'd have to go to bed at like 7 o'clock at night, which means have dinner, brush my teeth, and go to bed. That ain't going to be happening. So, but I would love to be able to do that. But then again, you have zero social life, and I'd never see my wife or my children or whatever. You never plan on being humble. That's never part of your to-do list, is it? You don't plan on being humble. But humbled is something you get. You get humbled. You don't orchestrate your own humility. Crap happens to you. Crap, never usually good things. But you get humbled in life. What are your thoughts about humility and being humbled? And does it make you a better person? I'd like to see that. I know for me, there needs to be a percentage of humility in what I do in my life. You're 30 years old and you don't give a darn about what people say. Multiply that times 1,000 and you'll just begin to experience what it's like to be 60 years old. Old men know more and couldn't care less. 75-year-old guys feel that way about me. They really couldn't care less. So there's this IDAF culture online, on Twitter, in forums. I don't give up. Okay, right. You don't know what don't giving means until you're 60. Have no idea. I would say about 50% of men are blind but think that they can see. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to give sight to the blind. Someone tried to correct me and say, make that 98%. The more that I thought about it, I think they're right. I think well over 90% of men are blind, but think they can see. Jarrid Trueheart wrote an article called 4 Manosphere Faults That Make Men Weak. I would call them cold, hard truths. I've had to identify some of my own hypocrisy and degeneracy in order to grow my own. True sanity, clarity, and reason in my life came from shedding light on issues, not hiding them or merely deleting a blog post or a tweet. It's very uncomfortable to admit that you are wrong. This must be the humility edition of the Daybreak Show. It's always uncomfortable to admit that you're wrong, or that you've been wrong. In that article, and he's at legendsofmen.com, he has become a friend. He wrote the book, Red Pill Ideology. I'll put a link for it down below. A nice read. You can read it in a week easily. Just, it's heavy. So I want you to read it, and read it a small bit a day. This is not a book you're going to just read a ton of. You're going to read small portions of it. He says, men cannot pursue hedonism while advocating a sense of duty for women. They are not different in that regard. I like that. Jarrid brought some clarity, some sanity to the red pill world as far as I'm concerned. And I want to thank him for that. Kristan Guy, making money is not at the top of my list. Well, my response to that is, you can help more people with money than you can being broke. You want to feed the hungry? Money. You want to clothe the poor? Money. You want to care for the homeless? Money. Dude, punch yourself in the face for being stupid. All of your prayer will not put a roof over someone's head. Make money, get rich if you can, and then help people with it. Yeah. The funniest bumper sticker I ever saw was in the 70s. It said, ass, grass, or gas. Nobody rides for free. Always made me laugh. I would never put a bumper sticker on my car. In the 60s and 70s, I was not a bumper sticker guy. Neither was my dad. There was also a bumper sticker in the 70s that said, no fat chicks. Just no context at all. Just a bumper sticker that said, no fat chicks. That always kind of cracked me up. At 8 years old, I remember cutting the fat off my meat on a Sunday dinner. My grandfather says, "You're not going to waste that, are you? That's the best part." The values of your grandfather were and still are better. Because what are we finding out today about fat? It's good. Dan comments, "Well said, George. This is why I enjoy your content. You talk about the positive aspects of the red pill, minus the uncompromising and condescending dogma." That's true. Did I walk away from the red pill? No, not at all. But I had to keep it real and be positive and make money and love and be loved. Yeah. What if you are so red-pilled up that you can't let someone love you? You took the wrong pill. Melania Trump can wear a potato sack and make it look beautiful. What the media never reports is that whatever she wears, true story, gets sold out within hours, within a day. I would not be opposed to the First Lady of Sanity, Clarity, and Reason dressing like Melania. No downside to that. You can lust after your wife as much as you want to. You can fulfill any fantasy that each other wants, because marriage is the only wall of protection from outside invaders. Whatever happens within those walls of marriage is holy. Marriage is the opposite of what is being told by many. Marriage is not a prison. Marriage is not a ball and chain. Marriage is freedom. Regarding red pill supremacists, you can't say you help men in one breath and mock them in the next breath. Criticism without mentoring is nothing but condescension, and never forget that. Daxton Nichols of the King's Cuts Barbershop in Ponca City, Oklahoma, has a couple walk in. The man needs a haircut and a beard trim. Daxton says, I'm sorry, miss. Wives and girlfriends are not allowed here. Something like, if you want to come back in about a half hour here, your man will be done. His hair and beard will be done." She questions him, chews him out, grabs her husband by the hand, and says something, "We're leaving." And she pulls her husband out. Now, the barbershop doesn't want wives and girlfriends in there. But if a woman brings her son in, she can sit there while her young child is getting a haircut. Yeah. So this woman who gets told this says, she goes to a local TV news station and reports it, and they do a story on her, making the barber look bad. He's discriminating. Now, keep in mind, moms can bring their sons to get their hair cut, but wives and girlfriends are not welcome. And I totally 100% get that. 100% get that. I saw the news report. This is the woman. Any questions? I'd like to go back and change a word from yesterday. I said, men, if she's not lusting after you, you are merely her roommate. If she makes more than you, you are her child. I would like to take the word lust and replace it with the word strongly desire. Lust does bring up negative connotations and is usually equated with sin. If your woman is not strongly desiring your body, and some guys as well, sex is such a small part of marriage. Okay, such a small part. Try not having sex for a long time. See what happens. Have sex. Have that little bit of sex outside of marriage. See what happens. Men, if she's not strongly desiring you, you are her roommate. But I snore. What does sleep have to do with sex? Who says that you can only be in bed together for sleeping? You're busted. You're caught. Your wife doesn't desire you. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, mister, is to make yourself desirable again.